Hello, today I'm going to introduce you to the book Billy and the Minpins. And this is, I'm sure, a book that only comes in collections of by Roald Dahl. There are lots of books by Roald Dahl, and this is one of them. The blurb says, that wood, his mother said, is full of the most bloodthirsty wild beasts in the world. It's a very good book, but it's rather short, so it always has the entrance, and I'll read you a little bit of the front. Introducing Mother, Billy, John, Minnie, the Minpins. For Ophelia. Anyways, being good. Little Billy's mother is always telling him exactly what he was allowed to do and what he was not allowed to do. All the things he was allowed to do were boring. All the things he was not allowed to do were exciting. All the things he was never allowed to do, the most exciting of them all, was to go out through the garden gate all by himself and explore the world beyond. On this sunny summer afternoon, little Billy was kneeling on a chair in the living room, gazing out through the window at the wonderful world beyond. His mother was in the kitchen doing the ironing, and although the door was open, she couldn't see him. Every now and again, her mother would call out, saying, "Little Billy, what are you up to in there?" And little Billy would always call back and say, "I'm being good, Mummy." But little Billy was awfully tired of being good. Through the window, not so far away, he could see the big black secret wood that was called the Forest of Sin. It was something he had always longed to explore. His mother told him that even grown-ups were frightened to go in the Forest of Sin. She recited a poem to him that was well known in the district. It went like this: "Beware, beware the Forest of Sin. None come out, many go in." "Why don't they come out?" little Billy asked. "What happens to them in the woods?" "That wood is full of the most bloodthirsty wild beasts in the world." "You mean tigers and lions?" Billy asked. "Much worse than that," his mother said. "What's worse than tigers and lions, Mummy?" "Whangdoodles are worse," his mother said, "and hornswogglers and snowswanglers and verminous kinds. And worst of all is the terrible blood-suckling, tooth-puckling, stone-chuckling spitula. There's one of them in there too." "A spitula, Mummy?" "Of course. And when a spitula chases after you, he blows clouds of hot smoke out of his nose." "What do you eat me up?" little Billy said, "in one gulp," his mother said. Little Billy did not believe a word of this. He guessed his mother was making it all up just to frighten him and stop him ever going out to the house alone. Now little Billy was kneeling on a chair, gazing with longing through the window at the famous Forest of Sin. And here's a bit I like. Try to find it. Give me a few seconds, please. I know, little Billy gasped. "Don't shout," the tiny man said. "I'm not shouting," little Billy said. "Talk softer," said the tiny man. The tiny man said, "If you talk too loud, your voice will blow me away." But who are you?" little Billy asked. "Talking to care, speak very softly this time." "We are Minpins," the tiny man said, "and we own this wood. I should come closer, and then you'll hear me better." The old Minpin climbed out the window and walked straight down the big, steeply sloping branch, then up another branch until he found a place only a few inches from little Billy's face. It was amazing to see him walk up and down these almost vertical branches without the slightest trouble. It was like seeing someone walking up and down a wall. "How on earth do you do that?" little Billy asked. "Suction boots," the Minpin said. We all wear them. You can't live in trees without suction boots." His feet were on his feet. He was wearing tiny green boots, rather like miniature wellies. His clothes were curiously old-fashioned, mostly brown and black, like the sort of thing people wore 200 or 300 years ago. And here's another part I like. I'm not sure if I can find it. There you go. But you actually live inside this tree, little Billy said. The old Minpin said, all trees in the forest are hollow. Not just this one, but all of them. And inside them lives thousands and thousands of Minpins are living. These great trees are filled with rooms and staircases, not just in the big main trunk, but most of the other branches as well. This is a Minpin forest, and it's not the only one in England. Can I peep inside? Of course, the old Minpin said. Put your eye close to that window. He pointed to the one he just came out of. Little Billy shifted his position and placed one eye right up against a square hole that was no bigger than a postage stamp. What he now saw was quite marvelous. Little Billy saw a room that was lit by pale yellow light of some sort. It was furnished with beautifully made miniature chairs and a table. Anyways, the cruncher knows you're up there. Little Billy saw a room that was lit by a pale yellow light of some sort, and it was furnished with beautifully made miniature chairs and a table. To one side was a four-poster bed. It was like one of the rooms Little Billy had once seen in Queen Doll's house at Windsor Castle. It's beautiful, Little Billy said. All as lovely as this one. And then, flight practice, swan. And then they get rid of the cruncher. They're trying to eat him down there. And he goes to beautiful places like secret hideout swans or something sort. And here's a notice. Here's how carefully we've been reading. There are other books, of course, like James and the Giant Peach, The Witches, Matilda, and etc. There's also the BFG, as you might know, that one's quite famous as well. It's Matilda. And there's one word on each book, I'm sure. Occasionally has one word invented by Roald Dahl himself. Make sure you keep it safe. It says wonderful. Adjective, wonderful, marvelous. Roald Dahl. And that's it. It's quite a good book. I'm sure you'll I didn't see it anywhere outside, like in libraries, so I'm sure you can only get it in collections. So, and yeah. Thank you for listening, and bye.